I just want to take the time to say thank you for grabbing your new ebook. You know, there was a time in sales where I wasn't doing so well and I felt like a spider with 8 different arms being dragged in 8 different directions. And then when things changed, it was life-changing. So in this new ebook, you're going to learn the steps to increase your sales and income, just like I've done. So you're probably wondering, who is this guy and whom I listen to? Let me give you a little bit of background on my story and how I got to where I'm at today. It all started with a breakfast with my uncle, who was part-time into real estate, saying, Sean, you should try out real estate. You might do pretty good with it. Or if you don't, you can just do it part-time. You know what? I took his advice. I said, what do I got to lose? I was working full-time at a collection bank, guys, a collection bank. Needless to say, I passed the test. I had my license for 3 months until I finally gave my 2-week notice at my work, when I realized the potential of real estate in general and what I could do with it and owning my own business, right? After I give my 2 weeks to my boss, the next day I was on my break at 10 o'clock in the morning. I had just finished reading a Gary Vaynerchuk book. I'm sure you're very familiar with Gary Vaynerchuk. It was his first one, Crush It. Great book. If you haven't read it, check that one out. And I said, you know what am I doing? I walked into my boss's office and I said, listen, I know I just gave me 2 weeks. This might sound crazy, but I'm quitting. I'm leaving right now. I'm going to grab my stuff. And that day after I walked out, I door knocked over 100 homes. I worked until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning until I fell asleep. And you know, I learned something that day, guys. After door knocking on all those doors and calling people, cold calling, and just working and working and working, I was working almost 17, 16 hours every single day. I was getting burnt out. I said, you know what? There's got to be a better way to this. So I started traveling. I started meeting people. I started networking. I started taking courses. And I really started utilizing what's called the 80-20 rule. I know you're probably familiar with it, right? You work 20% of the time and you achieve 80% of the results. Now with our systems, the steps that I'm going to teach you, and social media, I'm going to show you guys how to leverage your time so you're not that agent out there working those 16, 17-hour days. You're more or less working smarter, not harder. So to finish up my backstory, my first year I finished with 70 houses. I sold 70 houses in my first full year into real estate. And the following year, in a rolling 12-month period, I was able to sell over 100 homes. Now, for those of you that are super serious about learning how to implement these systems and steps that I took to take my business over 100 homes a year, and you're ready to learn how to accelerate your sales now through an ultimate online course, a private Facebook mastermind group, and a call with myself, I want to encourage you to click this link below. Where is it? Probably right there. Click that link below and let's make great things happen together today. What are you waiting for?